Hello, fam. Mississippi Survivor here. Welcome to the lab. It's the lab because this is where the magic happens. I hope you guys are being safe out there and continuing to prep. Today, I want to talk to you about reusable things. There's a lot of things in your house that you throw away that can be actually be reused to something that you could make something that could potentially save your life, or something that you could use in a grid down situation. Stuff that you wouldn't even think that you can use. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you guys about a few things. I want to show you a few things. I'm not gonna hold you guys long, but first thing I want to show you is these. These are laptop batteries. This one came off an old Gateway computer. Normally on these, when they go bad, or you think they're bad, but they're actually not bad. But what they do is they stop charging. Sometimes they actually be bad, and then sometimes they don't. I would say 80% of the time they're not bad. Because on these batteries, there's a battery management system on these batteries, and those are sometimes they tend to go bad or malfunction, which could cause this not to work properly the way it's supposed to. From my experience, I'm pretty sure there's some other reasons why it would quit working, but in my experience, I've tore a lot of them down and put them back together for customers and rebuilt them. But my experience, I'm used to the board going bad. If the board is bad, it doesn't take a charge. It won't take a charge. It won't accept any power in at all, because the board that controls that it goes out. Which I'm going to show you guys that as well. Now, let's go ahead. I took the liberty, because I didn't want to make it too difficult. I went ahead and took part of this apart. I took a hammer and popped part of it. There's better ways of taking this apart, but I don't want to redo it, so I really don't care. So I'm going to just take it apart the way I want to take it apart. I'm making a mess. I do have a trash, though. Put this in the trash. We're going to tear this thing down. Should pop out pretty soon. I almost damaged it, but I didn't. Still turned out to be okay. I know this was a terrible way of doing this, but it was the quickest way for me. I just go ahead and just tear it down. So you can see, as you can see on the inside of here, this is what I was telling you guys. I know plenty of you guys have laptops at home that you don't use. The screen is broke. You ain't going to get it fixed. Or your family members got a bunch of laptops laying around that they're not going to use, or they got a new one and it's just laying around, outdated. A lot of them have these batteries in them. These 650s. I think it's 18650s, if I'm not mistaken. But let's see, can I get the rest of this off? So, nevertheless, there you go. All right, came completely off. After I get through making a hot mess here. But that's why it's a lab. You tear it down like the mad scientists and figure out what's going on and reuse and repurpose items, which is very important to do. There might become times you can't get certain things. You don't have to learn how to fix it, or either repurpose it and use it for something else. Now, this is what is inside of your laptop battery. And what we have here is these are three, 16, 18, 650s. That's exactly what these are, lithium batteries. And you would find these in like your vape machines. I wish I knew that when I was vaping, because I would have never bought a battery. I have tons of them. But unfortunately, I didn't know. And a good thing I did stop vaping, because it wasn't too good for me. I had a lot of buildup of fluid on my lungs. So this is what we have. We have three of these. These right here are actually in series. Three of these in series. Usually these run at about 4 volts or 4.2 volts or 4.3 volts, which would be 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this would be running in a 12 volt in series. So it'll be running at 12 volts. And this is your battery management system. This little thing right here is actually, a lot of people go buy them, which I'm not against them buying them. I actually ordered a few myself because it managed the batteries the way it's supposed to manage. But my issue with it is it's not enough detail for me. I want a digital screen readout that lets me know the charging, discharging. It's all different types of protection modes that I would like to have on these batteries to keep them. But this one here, this one is obviously bad, and you can't tell by looking at it, but it's bad because this battery I had it inside of a laptop and it would not charge it. I checked the charging port, I replaced it, put a new one in there, and it just won't charge. So the issue is with this, or the batteries are bad. And 9 times out of 10, it's not this. It's normally always this board and not the batteries itself. So this is another way that I go about checking that. See, now some modes, like I say, different things that you get that you throw away. I don't see the purpose of throwing them away. You can repurpose them and use them, like this motor, which I'm going to make me some type of generator with these if I can. I'm looking for a bigger motor. This is not going to put out a lot of power. It's probably be enough to try to run a light or something, but it's not going to run. You're going to end up wasting more power than saving. So, um, okay, this is your negative right here on this end. And this is your positive on this end. And as you can see, I'll do it again. You can see it when the whole entire motor moves. See that? As you can see, that system does work. And that's pushing this motor at 12 volts. But when it's running directly plugged into the actual unit in the computer, it won't charge this battery. So I know this particular unit is bad, but I have several other units that are good. And what I do is I take all these down, I test them individually, and see if they work. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, in case if you don't know, for the people that don't know, I'm not a lot of people do, but I'm just trying to do educate some people on some things that they don't know. For the people that don't know, this running in this way, running the barrels in this vertical, like 1, 2, 3, that's adding power. Like if it's 3, 4 volts, and you stack the barrel on the negative on the positive and the negative on the positive, that becomes now 8 volts. And then again, then you got 12 volts. And so on. Now, I'm going to show you another instance as well. Now, you put this over here to the side for a second. Like this, for instance. This came out of a battery pack, charging pack, and it has this thing on it. The dial works, but it's for some reason it drains the batteries really quick. I tested the barriers. The barrier are testing good. I also charged it and discharged it and charged it again. The barriers seem to be fine. So thinking the battery management system on this is bad. Either this board or this one in between here. Either this board is bad or this more than likely it's probably just this board right here that they got in between here. That's probably bad. Now this right here is in parallel. Like this will not change. This is 3 volts. This 4 votes. This one barrier will be 4 votes, and now it's negative to negative, negative to negative, positive, 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 and this is in a parallel. That means no matter how many batteries I add to this unit, it's still going to be 4 volts coming out of it, but it will make the capacity of the battery much larger. Say I add 20 batteries, the battery is gonna be much larger capacity. It'll take a long time to run the battery down. You can charge up several different items of that sort with these particular batteries. This came out of a old charger. That's what that came out of. All these batteries right here, I took these batteries and took them apart and charge them. Then also these here I wanted to use in the pack, and didn't want to resolder these batteries here, so I left them together and I put the entire battery in the pack like this. Only one of them really has to be in the charger because it's all together. This right here is going to charge the roll out, and when they're all completely charged, then the charging process will stop. This is one of the battery chargers. I just picked this up. This is one of the battery chargers that I use, and I kind of like it. There's some much better ones out there that I am going to order. It was at the spare of the moment. I was tearing them down, and I needed something to charge these batteries and test them and see if they were still good. So I purchased this right here from the local vape shack. It was somewhat worth it. I didn't like the price point. The price point, it wasn't good, but nevertheless, I got it anyway. Yeah, because right here it shows 30, 60, 100%, and 1 amp. In the middle, it has 4.3, 4.2, and 3.7. I'll get that close as I can so you guys can see it. You'll see it right now that this battery right here is on the last stage, which I had already charged it up for. Notice for some reason it loses a little bit of power, and then I have to charge back up. It kind of fluctuates anyway, which that's the whole purpose of the battery management system when you're dealing with lithium batteries, because that's what they do. And they now stand at the same level, and the battery management system is to control that particular issue from happening. And again, I hope you guys can see that. Let me see what's 30%, 60, 100, then 1 amp. Yeah. So when that completes to the 1 amp is what these are charging up to, it shuts off. When that 4.3 is reached, the green will stay green, but the red will go away altogether. Yeah. We got these little buttons, volts and current button. I like that as well. I don't tell you much, but nevertheless, I like it. So there's that there. And again, guys, this is all about your preference, and what you want to do is all about your preference. It's not my preference, it's your preference. Now, what I'm doing here is what I want to do, and that's what I like doing. So I'm good with that. Again, like these right here came from old Sharp vacuum cleaners. The big Sharp vacuum cleaners is where these come from, and there was a suction is what these were. But I thought it was neat that when I tore it apart, it already had these wheels here. So I thought that would come in handy if I let that stay. If I let that stay on the wheels, thought it'd come in handy if I let that stay. See, if I let that stay, I can add me a belt on here with this motor, and I have 2 of them. You know, I could turn one this way and one that way, put a belt on it, mount them down, and run one and make the other one generate electricity. I think I could probably make it self-excite. Probably if I can do that, I probably can run some wire around over this side and get that to constantly run, almost like what an alternator would do. You know, But these came out old sharp. Instead of, if you got the time to tear some things down that you're throwing away, tear it down. Don't just throw it away, because all this stuff like this ends up in the landfill. It don't supposed to be there anyway, but it ends up there when you can take this stuff and reuse it. Now I got some transformers around. I'm gonna be doing another video on with the transformers, how to make a welder out of the transformers. This is a Duracell. When it first came out, that I know of, this is a single. It's a single bank Duracell charger, and you can see there's only one in there, and then that's your battery. That's your managing system for that one particular battery. Like if you want to take this battery out and put all three of these in, just put this in, take this out, put this in, this battery here, put this one in there, and it'll charge them all up. But you can use this port to charge them. So that's a good thing. This one I haven't tore this apart because I like the light on it. It's got a little light. It'll be good to have. You know what I mean? It won't charge the phone up completely because the phones today the capacity is much bigger than what this battery has in it. But it do has a nice little nifty little LED light. I do like that. I like the outside texturing of it. And you can charge it up right here, and you can. It's for emergency. It's still good because it might not charge the phone up to the top, but it will give you some type of power to make an emergency phone call. So you can't count these out. You might leave your other ones at home, so you don't want to count them out. I have several different types of chargers that I use. Like this one, for instance, this is one with the suction, and you can set your foam on it once you take the body out of it. You take your body out of that, out of your foam, out of the case, I mean, and you can put it on here and charge it. Then also have the double charging port at the top, and then it has the nifty little ring that you can use, and also the indicator right here. It lets you know how much power is left in the battery. If you can see that, it lets you know. Then you got your ring, and this was I got it at the time for $9.88, and then when I went back, it went up to $14.88. This particular unit is 10,000 milliamps. So you can look at how slim this is, and you already know that it's not carrying these batteries. But again, you don't throw everything away. You tear it down and get the good stuff out of it that's good to use, and you can repurpose it and use it for your own use. Instance here, this battery right here. I got this battery from a unit, and that's pretty much what's in here. This type of battery. It's a bigger battery, but it's this type of battery. And this here is just 3.7 volts, which is this battery. One of these batteries carry 4.2 volts. So it's actually more capacity in these these 18650s than this battery. But you can get them with bigger capacity. And right here is the two tabs on the top. Well, they think things are bad. It's not. I mean, things will be perfectly fine. Like these motors, I couldn't get these machines to cut on. I couldn't figure out what. I think it was in the board and the switch, but I didn't want to waste the money trying to repair those machines. They was old and outdated. I was gonna probably just. It wasn't because it was outdated. It was older. I just wanted to tear something down. I wanted to tear something down and use it so I could rebuild something else. I mean, and I didn't want to have to order or buy it. So I said, hey, I can tear these down and use it. Plus, I had two of them. I got them from a thrift store for almost nothing. Then I also have a third one that's not acting right now. That one I may fix. I'm not sure. If not, I'll tear it down and it will join the motor crew right here. So on this one, trying to see where the negative and positive at. I'm not sure. On here. Let's see. I gotta pull this tape off here. Give me a sec. Trying to check it out. Trying to see. As you can see, it's on. See, and that's 3.7 volts. I mean, this is a perfectly good battery I can charge up. I can use for something. You probably can use it for a replacement battery for a cell phone. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but nevertheless, you can use it for that. These are the batteries that came out of the vac. That's why I said you can't just throw everything away. It's a lot of repurposed use. You know, rechargeable batteries right now are very expensive. They're very expensive, especially AAA and AA. They're very expensive. And you can go in these, and these already got these already put together. I'm pretty sure this is in series and not parallel, because there was a 15 volt, 15.6 volt max machine. So these got a nice little piece of weight on them. Of course, these work as well. I don't know if I ran these down. Yeah, that one is ran down. I think this one still got some power in it, because I haven't charged them back up yet, but I am going to charge all this stuff, charge them back up. Yeah. See, that one got quite a bit of power in it. Yeah, so you see, all this stuff still works. Instead of throwing it away, just repurpose it and reuse it. And just to show you some of these. See, I already have your battery management system. Take the same battery management system and use it. As you can see right here, you see these two prongs right here. There's two prongs on there. You run you some wire off of there. If you're going to use it in a 12 volt application, you're going to take your wire, run solder here and here, and then you run it from there to whatever you're trying to run. I mean, the reason why you run it off the board is easy. You can stick them here and here, but that makes no sense. Well, you can do it, but I mean, I wouldn't advise it. I would run it through the board. That's the whole purpose of the board being there, to manage the batteries. So I would run it through the port that's on here. When you run it through that port, then that's less you have to worry about. I have several different kinds of those. And of course, it's always important to keep your good voltmeter, watt meter around, to measure out different things that you plug in or whatever. I'm in the process. I want to get a regular charge controller and plug up and run a battery management system with these batteries. And I got quite a bit of them over here, and I got some more that I'm going to open up. I got like a couple of trash cans full of them, so I'm gonna test them all and put them in, and I'm gonna try to make me a battery wall, a a big wall of these, whereas for backup power. Yeah, I have some lead acid batteries in there that I had to start over because I had 10 before, and I kept them for almost 8 to 9 years, and they finally started conking out, and I'm pretty sure that they look terrible on the inside. So I let those go, and I set them aside. Next thing, started buying some more deep cycle ones to use, so I know how long they last because I've done it before. So I know when I need to be buying more batteries, because I know by what time they all start dying at the same time. You're going to think of one battery will throw your whole entire system out. On your solar and your lead acid, one battery will throw out the whole entire system. That one battery going bad, it'll make it seem like the whole system is gone. It'll stop charging. It'll stop everything else from charging. You have to pinpoint and figure out what battery is what. It was easy once I started disconnecting them and running my meter on it, because they let me know that one of them was at like 3 or 4 volts. And I was like, no, it was never supposed to be that low. So they let me know that that battery was just bad. But I did run a test on it, and I charged it again, and it was for sure that battery was still bad. So Though this is a short video to just let you guys to tell you guys, man, don't throw everything out. Even with your TVs, man, those flat screen TVs, you can keep the screens. The actual ink screen, you can throw that away. But the other screens, you can make parabolic magnifying glasses where you can, not magnifying glasses, but magnifying where you in the sun, where you can cook. You can cook with, I mean, solarly, using the sun's rays to make a parabolic mirror. It's so many things that you can use that you guys just shouldn't throw everything out until you look at it, test it, and sit down one day and just figure out what can I use this for? How can I reuse this? What can I repurpose to use this for? So that's something you guys should really think about. That's something that you really should do. But that was just a short video to let you guys know about that. Um, I'm looking forward to making a lot of more videos with you guys and showing you some different things. If you guys have any ideas on something that you want me to make a video about, please comment in the comment section, and I'll be sure to get that video on the run. But I have a few things up my sleeve that I want to do videos about and show you guys the ins and outs on myself. So that's something I'll definitely be doing. But again, I don't miss a video without letting you guys keep telling you guys to prep. There's a lot going on in the world right now. There's a lot of sneakiness going on, and a lot of stuff is being said right on open in the opening, and people are still taking this like it's a game, and nothing's gonna happen. Now I'm gonna do some Thanksgiving, and yes, I'm gonna celebrate in my own way, but I'm not gonna be wasteful and make tons of food and throw half of it away. And no, everything I cook, including the turkey. When I cook this turkey, when I get done with it, I'm gonna cut it up. I'm gonna store part of it. I'm gonna take another part of it. I'm gonna make turkey salad out of it. I'm gonna slice some, make some turkey sandwiches. It's gonna be used completely up. I don't want to waste any of it. So. Uh, you guys are blessed to wake up every morning. So there's somebody that's less fortunate, and if you see that, please give them a hand. Please, I mean, get them something to eat, or fix them something to eat, or whatever you got to do. Give them some clothes, blankets, because this really get ready to get cold. Down here in where I am, the weather is jumping around quite a bit, so we don't know what it's gonna be. So, nevertheless, just I'm not a predictor of it. I'm just saying that we just need to just be prepared for whatever is going to come down the pipe. So I said that to say this. You guys be blessed. Thank you for tuning in with me for this short period of time, so I can just give you guys some insights on a few things to not be so wasteful, and to start repurposing and reusing different things that are in your home alone. Because we throw a lot of stuff out that could be reused for other things that could be actually a lifesaver at some point. So I love you guys. Thank you for joining the coming out with me and hanging out with me in the lab. Um, hopefully, well, I know. Hopefully, well, I'll put hopefully, uh, if if God allows me to see another day, I'll be showing you guys something different. I have some other videos that I really want to put out that I will be putting out. So again, you guys be blessed. You have a wonderful night. Thank you for tuning in with Mississippi Survivor in the lab. And you guys have a wonderful night. And I'll see you in the next video.